Let's look at how to solve linear equations by isolating the variable. So when we say isolating the variable, what that means is at the end we want to have the variable by itself. So when we solve this equation, we want to have something like x equals whatever or y equals. So that's our goal here. When you solve these, we want to have the variable by itself. So let's look at a few examples on how we might do this. First one, x plus 6 equals negative 13. Okay, so our goal is to get x by itself on one side of the equal sign. It doesn't matter which side. So we're going to take this 6 and move it to the other side of the equal sign. So to do that, I take the opposite operation. So we're going to, instead of add 6, we're going to subtract 6 from both sides. And what that does is it cancels the 6 out on this side of the equation, and then we're just combining it on the other side. So negative 13 plus a negative 6 is going to be negative 19. Okay, and then we just bring down our x. So we have x equals negative 19. All right, x is by itself. There's no coefficient other than 1 in front of it, so we have solved this equation. Next one we're going to look at negative 4b equals negative 16. Okay, so here we want to get b by itself. So to do that, we're going to divide by the coefficient of b. Because right now it's 4 times b, the opposite of that is going to be dividing. So we're going to divide both sides by negative 4. What happens here is these cancel one another out, so negative 4 divided by negative 4 is just 1. So that's going to be b equals, and then negative 16 divided by negative 4 is just a positive 4. All right, let's look at a few with some fractions, because sometimes fractions can be a little more confusing than just regular coefficients. So we're going to have to do the same thing here. We have negative 4y equals negative 4. Okay, we have to do division to solve for y. So we're going to divide by negative 4. Or I'm sorry, by 1/4. So divide both sides by 1/4. 1/4 divided by 1/4 is just 1. And then we have negative 4 divided by 1/4. So I'm just going to write it over here off to the side. Okay, so we have negative 4 divided by 1/4. Whenever you're dividing a fraction, okay, you can multiply by the reciprocal. So the reciprocal of 1/4 is 4 over 1. So we have negative 4 times 4 over 1, and that is negative 16. So y equals negative 16. All right, next one, we have negative 9 plus 1/3 v equals negative 8. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do here is move that negative 9 to the other side of the equal sign. So I'm going to add that to both sides. And then just rewrite the equation. We have 1/3 v equals negative 8 plus 9 is 1. Okay, now again we have a fraction, so we have to divide that coefficient of v. Okay, divide that by on both sides here. Okay, so that is just going to be v, and then we have 1 divided by 1/3, which is just going to become, remember, if we're dividing fractions, we're multiplying by the reciprocal, so 1 times 3 over 1. The reciprocal of 1/3 is, we are flipping our numerator and denominator, so it's 3 over 1, and that is going to equal 3. So v equals 3. Okay, and then let's look at one more here. We have negative 5 equals 6x, or I'm sorry, negative 5 plus 6x equals 8x plus 5. Okay, so I'm going to start by moving one of the standalone numbers to the other side of the equal sign. You can do either one, it doesn't really matter. So let's say we want to move this one over, this plus 5 over to the left side of the equal sign. So I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. Negative 5 plus another negative 5 is negative 10. Then we just rewrite the rest of the equation. So negative 10 plus 6x equals 8x. Okay, so now we need to again move something else over. Okay, we really can't move the 8 over because there's not going to be anything on the other side. So we're going to move the 6 to the other side, the 6x rather. So we subtract 6x from both sides. We have negative 10 equals, those cancel out. 8x minus 6x is 2x. Alright, so now we're to our last step. We need to divide both sides by the coefficient to get 2 by itself, or to get x by itself rather. So negative 10 divided by 2, negative 5 equals x. Or you could write it as x equals negative 5. Alright, well hopefully this was at least a little introduction to this, and hopefully it helps you as you're working through the lesson. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.